Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch, and welcome. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch. 37 people here so far. Wow, what a start. What a start. Good to see you all. It's good to see Kiltsy this morning. I stopped in for a brief hello. Let me see. I said welcome. I told you who I was. I told you the name of the show. What am I missing? Well, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Drink it if you got it. So much to remember. You magical bastards and bastardesses. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Good to see y'all. I'm drinking creatine laced coffee, my second cup this morning. I think it helps, but it couldn't hurt. So why not? Why not? Well, great to see you all this morning. It's a pretty morning out here in Melbourne. Big storm out there in the Gulf heading the other way. Sorry for those of you that live west of here. But I'm sure wherever you are when it's heading my way, you're a little bit grateful. So excuse me if I'm grateful. I'm not wishing harm on anybody. Tuesday morning. There's something about Tuesday. Do you ever say, why bother? Why don't we just skip right to Wednesday? And then we can start saying hump day and looking forward to the weekend. But it is Tuesday. We're stuck with it. Make the best of it. I plan to. I assume everybody can hear me okay, because I made some changes to my setup here, and I'm hoping that it hasn't affected it. And a little later on in the stream, I want to do a test after we get started and test out some new audio settings that I have that may finally eliminate the slight delay that seems to be, or out of sync, where the audio comes before my lips actually move. And you can tell that because of a clap. And I'm going to clap my hands, and you'll see that you'll hear it before my hands actually get together. I don't know if you noticed that. The gyrations necessary to fix that, I think I may have figured out. I'm going to test it later, and I'll enlist your cooperation. So thank you, and hopefully we don't screw up the whole thing where you can't hear anything at all. But the only way to really test those things is to do it live. So let me see who's here this morning. We'll get the early birds out of the way, and then I've got some incredible, absolutely amazing news. Mind-blowing news. I'm not kidding. Mind-blowing. And we'll see what we make of it. First one in, last night, Wayne Herman. How you doing, Wayne? And Lady June, late last night. And this morning, Michael Kenny was here about 6:30. Hi, Michael. Good morning to you. And Sandy Blythe, good morning, Professor Mitch. Up and Adam, says Michael Pregler. Hi, Michael. Good to see you. Jerry Voitish, always a pleasure, my friend, from up there in Ponte Vedra Beach near Jacksonville. Mike Seeley Sr. is here. Hiya, Michael. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. And Manda. Good morning, Manda. Saw you stopped in to say hi to Kiltsey this morning. He had kind of a short half-hour show, but it was good to see him. It was great to see him. Patricia Butler's here. How you doing, Patricia? Patricia has said hi to virtually everybody. Hi to you. Mike Seeley Jr. from Tampa Bay. And here we have Susie March. Good morning. Terrific Tuesday. What say you, she says. Carnivore Wayne is here. How you doing? Lori Weitzel's here. Good to see you. And the good mornings continue. Kathy, wind blowing north towards Louisiana. Yeah. Yep. That's what happens. Best of luck to anybody. I haven't watched it too closely. I don't know if it's going to be a big major storm or just a little minor. Maybe knock over a few trash cans and blow some lawn chairs around. Whatever it will be, it will be. We'll deal with it. We have for years and years, and we'll continue to. Brian Airy, good morning, Brian. 6:55 a.m. sneaking up on a yellow rose. Hi, Rose from... and watch Japanese movie Perfect Days with Polish subtitles. We are truly a global community, I guess. Wow, look at all the conversation already. Who didn't I say hi to? We're not even at 7 o'clock yet. Holy cow. Patricia and Brian are going at it here. Let me get through all this. Brian, Patricia, what are you doing to me? There's one. Dennis, DJ Bro, good morning to you. Good morning. Donna Ray, hiya, Donna Ray. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you this morning. Patricia and Brian are having quite a conversation here. Amanda's chimed in. And finally, we hit the 7 o'clock. And Robbie, hiya, Robbie, you did it this morning. You are the big winner for whatever that's worth. Marla Kelly, good morning, Marla. How you doing? Chuck Supertune in Clearwater, how you doing? Good to see you. And Barry Simon is here, says, good Tuesday morning, Mitch, and all from Massachusetts, said, # EFM. Yes, sir. And right up there, as if minds in sync. Danny chimes right in afterwards. Hi, Danny. Good morning to you. Good morning. And Peter chimed in. Is this the morning show for all the old farts who eat lots of meat? Yes, it is, Peter, and you're certainly welcome. I guess that description fits you, too. Rough Carnivore from Guam, how you doing? Max D is here. Good morning. Mitch Fitz. Chatty bunch this morning. Holy cow. Question from Peter. Mitch, did you briefly stop adding the creatine in your coffee, or have you been adding it all the time since you started? I may have taken a few days off, but I've been pretty consistent with the creatine. I really think that helps. I think it can't hurt. I've studied a lot of the chemistry of it, what it's supposed to do, read a lot of opinions about how when you get over a certain age, your mitochondria start sloughing off a little bit, and anything you can help that might increase what would normally be a substance we get from our food. I think for aging, creatine can benefit. Now, the bodybuilder community, creatine's always been the darling of getting that extra rep in, having a little reserve energy. probably works for that too. That's not why we do it. I do it because I think I'm trying to make up for a little bit of the natural degradation in our biology that just comes from getting old. And anybody that's getting old will not argue the point with you that, yeah, you don't feel quite like you did when you were 20. So that's why I do it. I don't overdo it. I take 5 grams a day in a cup of coffee. I think there could absolutely be no harm in that. It's kind of hard to quantify what the actual benefits are. They're all subjective. So go with your gut on it. Okay. And Lamb's a little late this morning, but you're forgiven, my friend. You're forgiven. Rick Capster from Kills to Mitch. We get around. Good morning, sir, or ma'am. How are you? Good to see you. And welcome. Welcome. Mandis, I hear you. Great. Well, I haven't changed anything yet, Mandis, but I've been trying to, for quite a while, eliminate the fact that when I see myself beating on the desk in the morning to the music, I always look like I'm way out of timing, and finally figured that there is a delay with the way I have it set up in the microphone audio. And I've finally figured out a way, I think, to do away with that, or at least be able to adjust it. You'd think there'd be an adjustment on my mixer, but there isn't a way to adjust individual channel delay, only the whole thing. And that affects everything that isn't out of sync, too. That's technical. I'm going to give it a try a little later. Peter saying hi to everybody. Michael Prager, Lori, Stevie. Hiya, Stevie. Good morning to you. Put any QQQs in the chat. If you have anything you want to ask me, steer the conversation. You know the drill by now. At least you should. Let me see if I can't grab somebody new here that I haven't said hi to, and then I will get on with the big news. The big news. A lot of conversation. Glad you guys, Kelsey might not have been long enough for you to get it out of your system this morning, but this is great. I like it. And Amy's here. Good morning, Amy. How you doing? Good to see you. And yes, I can't believe it. I have gotten down to the bottom of the chat. Lori says, yay. Yay news. There it is. There it is. Bad news, everybody. Bad news. You can only drink 5 cups of coffee a day, according to the American Heart Association. So for those of you who drink more than 5 cups of caffeinated coffee a day, according to the American Heart Association, stop it. That's bad news for a lot of people. The good news, however, is that as it does every few years, the official opinion on coffee completely flips. Instead of coffee being bad for you, don't drink it, it harms you, it does this and that, it becomes good again. I've watched this thing cycle every couple of years for most of my life. And I used to joke about it. I used to tell people, well, they say coffee's bad for you, but just wait a minute. It'll be good for you again pretty soon. And here's the latest flip. Barry sent me this yesterday, kind of as a goof. Because knowing what we know about the American Heart Association, what advice have they ever given about anything that is anything other than bought and paid for propaganda from whoever is trying to move the market? And my answer to Barry was, Well, I see the Coffee Growers Association has endowed the AHA with a monstrous donation or something because now coffee's good for you again. So I don't know if it means anything or not. Honestly, I don't know what it means. I don't take any of the American Heart Association's advice because they say don't eat meat, don't eat fat, watch your cholesterol, and eat plants and seed oils and sugar. So I think it would be a little bit hypocritical of me to say, well, the American Heart Association says don't drink more than 5 cups of coffee a day and it won't hurt you. I can't say, well, believe them about this, but don't believe all the rest of their bullshit. So you take it for what it's worth. I personally think coffee is not going to hurt you and may, from what I've seen and the people I know and all the old farts sitting in all those diners across America eating bacon, eggs, and drinking a pot of coffee every morning and living to be 100, I think we have enough evidence to know that you can enjoy your morning coffee and it more than likely, I know it benefits me. I know that I actually feel better. And I don't worry about it. I push coffee. I promote coffee. I have no financial interest in the promotion of coffee drinking. I just think, why do we have to keep denying ourselves something we enjoy if there really is no evidence other than opinion to support? There aren't studies on this. Why the AHA decided to finally change their point of view, I have to figure has money involved somewhere. All of these associations, the American Medical, the American Heart, the American Diabetes, their stories and advice is mysteriously linked to their operating expenses and who fills their coffers with endowments. Don't put too much faith in this particular thing, but at least you can point to it when somebody says you shouldn't drink that coffee. You can use it, use the propaganda to your benefit. I'm still waiting for the day when they come out and say you can eat up to 3 pounds of good meat a day. My old saying, what is it? What is it? Don't place your hand on your ass while you wait for that, because your hand will grow there. And you say to yourself, but what about the cigars, Mitch? Because everybody knows, Mitch, that you seem to be identifying with cigar smoking and coffee drinking. How can you in good conscience come on here and profess that you're concerned with healthy aging, you hypocrite, you, Mitch? Oh yeah. Let me see. Hang on a second here, because I got something else to show you. You knew I wasn't going to do that unless I had something else to show you, didn't you? You knew that, didn't you? Right here, I have a video that I saw yesterday on YouTube, and let me bring it up. This video it's from 9 years ago. 9 years. Well, I'm waiting for the ad to play out here. Hang on one second. Okay. One ad isn't enough. They got to give me 2 ads. Okay, this one's for AI. Skip the ads. Yes. Here we go. All right. This video, and I'm going to play you a tiny little bit of it. I don't have the thumbnail here. I have the video. I'm going to play you a tiny little bit of it. This video is titled 109-Year-Old Veteran and His Secrets to Life Will Make You Smile. It's from National Geographic. It has 44 million views. And let me go. Mr. Overton. I don't know how much I can show you without a copyright strike. Anyway, this guy lives in Austin, Texas. Let me just do it this way. And this is Mr. Overton, 109 years old. You should watch this video. I'm going to put a link to it in the chat. It's heartwarming. I imagine if it was 9 years ago, he's probably gone by now, but he was not 109 years old. Here's a link to it. Put it in the chat. Copy it and paste it somewhere if you think you might want to watch it. It's a heartwarming video and great ammunition for me whenever anybody says you shouldn't be smoking cigars. Mr. Overton drives, still got a driver's license. You notice in his hand right there, let's see if I can find it. At any rate, I'll let you watch it. The man smokes 8 cigars a day, or smoked 8 cigars a day, and has been for his entire life. He talks about the fact that he has never inhaled cigar smoke and doesn't, he just puffs on them. 109 years old, cigar puffer. I talk about that whenever anybody says, well, you smoke, how can you? I say, I don't inhale. I don't inhale. This is a great video, very heartwarming. He was the last living, there he is, smoking his cigars. He was the last living World War II veteran at the time. Can you imagine? 109 years old. Drinks coffee, smokes cigars, gives a double-barreled middle finger to all the advice from the American whatever associations. I'm sure he eats bacon and eggs too. Should watch that video. Anytime I find anything that makes me look less crazy or less dangerous to most people who don't really know or are trying to discredit me so that they can justify their own beliefs, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. So today is a banner day. We have vindicated coffee drinking and cigar smoking all in one fell swoop. And in celebration of that, I have worn today my cigar puffing shirt, complete with ashes and holes. I mean, they're printed, but that Gary made, I think he made this one for me. I don't know if he has it on his store, but Gary did send me this shirt. And oh, that was heartwarming. That was just cleansing for me to talk about coffee drinking and cigar smoking. Now, Mr. Overton, an N of 1, certainly isn't a study. But they say that if you have one exception to a study, you can no longer cause or claim causation. So if you claim that cigar smoking will kill you, and when you do a study, it has to have an absolute result, when you find an exception to that study, it really knocks the crap out of your argument. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and I'm going to continue to puff on cigars, do it publicly, not be ashamed, and refer people to this video from now on. Anybody says, hey, the big thing in this video is he said, I mean, he came out and talked about it. He doesn't inhale. That's the thing about cigars. You don't inhale. What kills me is so many people who are dead set against cigar smoking are advocating legalizing marijuana and smoking. Well, with marijuana, you are sucking all that crap into your lungs. How can that be good for you if cigar smoking is bad? Ah, the logic of the average person. It's incredible. Incredible. So I had those two little bits of news this morning. I don't know. There's nothing there that can tell you for sure, but it sure is nice to know that I'm not alone in these things, and then I can enjoy some of my life's simple pleasures without being hit over the head all the time, chastised, criticized, and everything for it. You have no idea the people that have a bit of an opinion. Oh, Mitch, yeah, you don't want to do like he does. Well, like I said, if I live to 100 or more, I can become maybe another example like Mr. Overton. But watch that video. I'm gonna put the link in the chat again in case you missed it. It really is a 12-minute video or something. It's well worth watching. If nothing more than this is an exceptional man. Exceptional man. And I'm so glad I watched this story. Me and 45 million other people. Well, one of these days, maybe I should have a video that gets 45 million views. Again, don't put your hand on your ass while you're waiting, because it'll grow there. Another way of saying don't hold your breath. Amanda asked me, how am I this fine Tuesday morning? Well, Amanda, I'm joyous this morning because whether it means anything or not, my so-called bad habits may end up being good habits. I may benefit, actually, from puffing on cigars. I've had doctors tell me that the stress relieving aspect of relaxing with a good cigar far offsets any medical damage that may happen if you don't inhale it. If you don't inhale it. You know, not inhaling is the equivalent of not swallowing. Will a deadly substance kill you if you put it in your mouth and then spit it out? Or do you have to swallow it for it to kill you? It's an interesting question. That's how most cigar smokers view cigar smoking. Anyway, I'll stop defending it. I know many of you like cigars. I hope you feel a little better about this and stop listening to all these people who think they know what's going to kill you, and yet they're killing themselves because they bought into all the crap and propaganda and think that eating all that green stuff. I have a postulate now a rule to live by that's so simple. All you got to do is follow it, and you're well on the way. The rule is simple. Don't eat green food. That's it. Don't eat green food. If somebody puts food in front of you and it's green, don't eat it. You're halfway there. Of course, there are plant things that, like fruit and things, that aren't green, but don't eat green food. Period. How simple is that? How simple is that? Wow, I got it. I am so far behind in the chat, it is incredible now. Barry Simon, Lamb said, saw a Sally Norton post this morning about oxalates coming out of the skies because of the forest fires. Well, there's a new one. Just when you thought it was safe to go outdoors. It's raining oxalates now. What are we supposed to do with that information, really? What actionable, what's actionable about that? Okay, let's see. Let me go through this. Amy says, hi, Mitch. Hi, Amy. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see all of you this morning. 102 of you on a Tuesday morning. Don't you people have anything better to do? I'm glad you don't. I'm glad you don't. All right. It's time, because I got a big audience here, it's time for me to test out my new audio routing. Now, I know this is going to thrill many of you. And if for some reason you can't hear me, start blasting it in the chat. No sound, no sound, no sound. I think there's going to be, I should be able to tell by all my meters and things moving. But what I'm looking for is to see if the delay between the audio, which is way ahead of the video, is any better. So I'm going to clap my hands here. Okay. It probably didn't look like, and I can't tell because I'm not monitoring it, that the sound was ahead of the clapping. Now I'm going to go into my settings. Bear with me. This will take just a minute or two. Go into my settings. Go into audio. And I want to change one setting. There you go. All right. I have changed one setting. I'd like to know, is this still working? Does it sound any different than it did before? So somebody put it in the chat for me. Also, I'm going to clap now, and I want you to tell me if it looks like it's more in sync. Yes, better, says Josephine Beefwoman. Okay, background air noise gone now. Okay, and the sound quality, Josephine says yes. So I'm guessing that it's okay. It's no worse than it was, and I'm going to continue in sync, says Jerry. Yes. Give myself a round of applause. Okay, this is not a simple setup I have here. All right, I'm going to leave it this way for the rest of the stream, and then when I watch the replay, I'll be able to see for myself. I think slightly too much correction, says Lambs. Okay, I'm going to big difference, awesome, Mitch. Okay, I'm going to evaluate it for myself watching the replay, but I didn't want to do the second half of my little show here this morning with horrible audio. Okay, at least it wasn't a disaster. I always hated that. Listening to somebody and watching the sound be a little bit out of sync. Now, I can adjust the delay. Right now, I've got no delay in it. So I can fine-tune it from here, but it's got to be a big improvement over what it was. I could notice it every time I watched a replay of my live stream. And unfortunately, these mixers, and I've got one of the best ones out there, have no way to adjust the audio delay on individual channels. And when you make an adjustment in the delay, it covers everything and throws so many things out of whack. The problem comes for those techies of using two different software programs and trying to make them work together, OBS and StreamYard. That's where the unusual circumstances come in. Okay, finally figured that out. Where was I? Here's a question, a burning question that's on all our minds. Is a cake donut baked like a cake or deep fried. I think they make donuts both ways. I don't know if you can apply either one, because you can bake a donut and you can deep fry a donut. Most donuts are better if they're deep fried, I would think. But I think you can do it either way. If it's a cake donut, called a cake donut, it's probably baked. That's a wild guess. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. Liz is here. How you doing, Liz? Good to see you. They did the same thing with eggs and immediate. Yeah, eggs, coffee, everything. It's bad for you. It's good for you. It's bad. If you don't like the fact that eggs are bad for you, just wait a while. They'll be good for you again in the future. That's a commentary on how little we actually know about the truth, and it's just all opinions, and opinions change every day. But they change back again. So if you don't like the fact that the AHA says you can drink up to 5 coffees a day without any ill effects, just wait a while. In a couple of years, the AHA will put out a news review. Coffee is devastating and killing us faster than anything. You'll see it. You'll see it. It's all nonsense, all bullshit. How many times, how much of this bullshit can you notice? How many times do they contradict themselves? Same people. They're covering their asses for advice they gave yesterday, which turns out to be wrong. And Robbie, damn straight, smoke that cigar, Mitch. Like I said, I've made it almost to 80 so far. I've been smoking cigars for 55 years, and the few times I accidentally inhaled a puff of smoke, I almost coughed my lungs up. That means I haven't inhaled much smoke. And I still claim that the secondhand smoke that I get from whatever I smoke isn't even nearly as bad as the pollution in our air that we breathe every breath of every day anyway. Hi, Karen. Brant Man is showing his ugly head here. Hi, Karen. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. And the audio, I assume, is still working? Yes. And Peter's had a question down here. I see it in the chat down at the bottom there, over here. He says, a question, has anyone tried the McCafe K-Cups? They have a premium blend, Colombian and breakfast blend flavors. Was thinking of trying one of them. I've tried them. I think they're one of the best tasting for some reason. Maybe they have a little salt in it. But, yeah, I like them. I like them. It's just expensive. It's going to cost you, well, not that. You pay $40 for 100 of them. It's about $50, a little less than $50 per cup. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad. You can buy 12, a thing of 12 K-Cups at Aldi's for $5. So it may be a little cheaper that way. Still, I think the cheapest way is to use a percolator. If you're going to drink 5 cups of coffee a day, I drink 3. So the AHA, the American Heart Association, approves of me drinking. So drink it if you got it. And drink it without even a thought anymore. Well, I really should quit this because it's not. They say everybody knows it's not good for you. And bullshit. Stop punishing yourself. Stop denying yourself everything because somebody else is telling you that you're not as good a human being as you can be. If you drink coffee, I don't drink coffee, so neither should you. Don't you hate that attitude about people? Well, I don't smoke cigars, so you shouldn't smoke cigars because I know everything and you are a fool. Meanwhile, we're outliving all those people with that attitude by decades. Here's to you. You magical bastard. Time for a meme. I feel like a meme. the Roberto's been out having an
All right,
adventure.
Roberto, let's go to the pool. Oh boy, a pool full of fat old ladies. This'll be rich. Roberto, behave yourself. Look at them all. It's a whale convention. Roberto, that's rude. Hey, I'm just calling it like I see it. Ugh, you're impossible.
Sorry, ladies.
All right, Milt, let's see what you've got. Don't make me laugh.
Yeah, got all these, and then there's this one, a newer version, a politically correct version of the "We Are the Carnivores" from Barry, eliminating the cigar smoking. Let me show you the first version. Where is it? I have it here somewhere. There it is. This was the first
We
version.
are the carnivores. We hunt and we thrive. With claws and with fangs, we keep the wild alive. We are the carnivores, top of the chain. Hear us roar, feel the power and pain. Pack is strong, we hunt in the night. Grizzly power, ready to fight. Snap jaws with an apex might. We are the carnivores. Hear our mighty chorus roar. United we stand, claws and fangs. Carnivores forevermore.
Yes. And for those of you who still think cigar smoking is going to kill us all, the new version.
We are the carnivores, proud and strong are we. With voices raised in harmony, we sing our victory. We are the carnivores, hear our mighty roar. Tearing through the night, claiming what's right, pack is our song. Carnivores unite in the pale moonlight, hear our call, we stand tall. We are the carnivores, hear us sing. Rulers of the wild, mighty kings. With claws and fangs, we own the night. When Drang's triumphant might.
So sharpen up your claws and fangs, everybody, and be a member. We are the carnivores. Yes, we are. And those are great. Those are great, Barry. And I like the Roberto ones too. Okay. That's cool. Jerry Voitish, question. Do you ever have iced coffee, Mitch? That's my preferred coffee every morning. Strangely, I waited until my 60s to enjoy coffee. No, Barry. I would have to say, Jerry, Barry, Gary. Oh, wow. Jerry, I have never drank an iced coffee in my entire life. I never realized that until just now when I thought about it. I can't say I prefer it. I've never tried it. There's something about hot coffee that I associate with coffee, and I can't even imagine. I drink iced tea, but I don't know. Maybe if I don't want to screw things up. Sometimes I wonder if it isn't better to drink cold drinks instead of hot drinks, because your body, when you put cold things in your stomach, your body has to expend energy to warm it up to body temperature. I don't know how much energy, but maybe that would help you lose weight faster by drinking cold drinks instead of hot drinks. I don't know. I never thought about it, but it does make sense. It's like putting something warm in the fridge. It takes energy to cool it down. Putting something cold in the oven takes energy to heat it back up again. Maybe we do the same thing. But I like hot coffee. And I like it. My coffee warmer here, it keeps it hot throughout the whole live stream. Interesting question, though. I guess I'm going to have to try an iced coffee. Maybe on a hot afternoon it'd be refreshing. But it is coffee nonetheless, and it has caffeine. But now it's okay. It wasn't okay yesterday, but it's okay now. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Don't listen to anything that anybody says. Yeah, George Burns was 100. My grandfather was 102. We used to joke, I used to tell people, yeah, I don't know why I smoke cigars. They killed my grandfather. People go, well, there, you see? I said, yeah, he killed him at 102 years old, you dumb. Oh, we're so susceptible. Barbecue is also smoking. So sitting by a campfire, for God's sake. God knows what's in that smoke is burning in a campfire. Hell, living anywhere in the Northeast United States, south of Canada right now is smoking. Yeah, think about it. Michael Pregler says, I've been smoking weed. Well, a lot of people do that. Like I said, go into any Greasy Spoon diner, anywhere in Oklahoma, Kansas, Idaho, anywhere across the Midwest or the South. Go into a Greasy Spoon diner where you got farmers and hardworking people. You'll find the oldest ones, the ones that are in their 90s and 100s, virtually without exception, will be sitting there eating bacon and eggs and smoking 2 to 3 packs of cigarettes a day. Don't they count as evidence? Doesn't Mr. Overton, who smoked 8 cigars a day and lived to be 109, doesn't he count? Can't we use him as evidence? Don't people die from lung cancer that have never smoked a cigarette in their life? How many times have you heard that story? Maybe the two of them are not correlated that closely. Maybe we were a lot healthier in the 50s when more than half the adults in the United States were cigarette smokers, and yet there were very little cases of heart disease and cancer. How do you explain that? I think we have explained it now. Plants and sugars, low-fat diets are created. There's more than ample evidence to show correlation, even maybe causation, between the change in the American diet and smoking habits from the 1950s until today. 75 years it took for the astronomical rates of heart disease, cancer, dementia, diabetes, and everything else. Doesn't anybody ever open their eyes and notice these things? No. At least coffee drinking is good for us now. It's been officially sanctioned by the American Heart Association, and God knows, if they say so, I believe it. Yeah. On what planet? Here's a question from WD. He says, did Mr. Overton smoke out of a window? Probably not. He probably lived by himself. According to the video, he built a house in the 1940s and lived there his entire life after he got out of the Army, got back from World War II. And I'm sure he smoked in his house, not outside. I don't smoke in my house, not because I'm worried about my health. It's because I don't want the cigar smoke or odor in everything. And that's one of the downsides of it. So I do it outside on my patio. Amy says, I'm only against the cigar smoking near me by my husband when certain cigars seem to cause me asthma. Well, I understand that. I understand that. You probably have the same problem if you're sitting around a campfire and the wind is blowing the smoke in your face. I'm sure that'd be true of any smoke. And to some people, in fact, most people, I think, cigars they have an unpleasant aroma. I happen to always get nostalgic when I smell cigars. And when you're smoking them, you don't smell them. That's just the way it is. Okay, the sound is still working. Isn't that great? I can't wait to watch the replay and see if there was any difference or if I need to make some more tweaks to it. But wow. If my lips are synced with the audio, That's the only problem I have with the sound. I could get into a big, for those YouTubers of you out there, for those people that are trying to use OBS to control the video and a mixer to control the sound and feed both of them independently to StreamYard and are unhappy about the fact that the audio isn't synced with the video, I've found a way to do it, to fix it, without changing anything else. So let me know. Write me an email if you want to know what I did to fix this thing. In sync here is everybody's saying that. And Cordelia, an Albany member for 13 months. Good morning from Albany, New York. She says, how are you? Are we having fun this morning? Is there anything else I want to show you? I wanted to talk about the coffee. That's a big one. That's a big one. I wanted to talk about the cigars a little bit. That may or may not be any evidence that changes anybody's mind. But if nothing else, when we hear news that agrees with what we're doing, like news on cholesterol, that supports us and makes us more confident in what we're doing, if it makes us worry less, then it's a health benefit. It reduces stress. Worrying about this crap is more dangerous than the crap itself in most cases. Agonizing over the fact that you don't want to give up coffee might be more harmful, or probably is, than 5 cups of coffee a day anyway. And I only drink 3, so wow, I could drink more. I don't want to drink more coffee than that. 3 cups is plenty. Now, I do believe that if we're going to drink coffee, we should, there are certain guidelines. If caffeine is a stimulant, don't drink it within X number of hours of trying to go to sleep. Some people can drink a cup of coffee and go right to bed. Other people can't drink coffee anytime after noon. Need to leave a good 8 or 10 hours for it to work its way out of your system. That's individual things. Figure it out. My rule is I never have coffee after 3, very rarely ever, even afternoon. Coffee for me is a morning drink. Now, there's a lot of bullshit you hear about, well, you shouldn't drink a stimulant before your body has a chance to. This is Andrew Huberman at his finest, and anybody that takes Athletic Greens and LMNT as a sponsor on their channel has lost all their credibility with me. I used to listen to some of the things Huberman says about grounding, about red lights, about blue lights, about glasses, about this. He's lost all of his credibility. Anybody that will sell Athletic Greens, a poisonous green powder, I can't believe a word they're saying. Just like the law. If a witness is proven to be lying on a witness stand, his entire testimony has to be thrown out. If you lie about one thing, how do I know that you're not lying about the other? Well, that's true. That's true. And nobody can tell me that a man as smart as Huberman didn't know enough about nutrition to know that the amount of oxalates and green shit in that powder was enough to kill small animals. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Andrew, drink coffee, smoke cigars. You might regain a little respect from me if you do that. And Rick is here. How you doing? Always telling us that that's all duck food. Rick, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. 7:36. I'm catching up a little bit. Donna, how you doing? Donna, good to see you. Good to see you. And Dee is here. Hi, Dee. And here was Peter asking me about the K-Cups. I talked about, yeah, I think it's good. Try to find the blend, Peter. I don't know what's in them, but see if you can find a blend that uses medium roast, not full-bodied, but medium roast, and a coffee from high in the mountains of Colombia or Guatemala, or an Arabica bean. An Arabica medium roast bean, from all the research I've done on coffee, is supposed to be the one that you want to have. Again, somebody's opinion. That's a great conversation. I just read a funny thing, but I don't want to give Barry any ideas. He probably read it too. No, everybody's jumping on that now. I guess it's common knowledge. They want a meme of me saying bullshit and jumping on the floor and throwing a tantrum like a 2-year-old. Well, that might be funny. That might be funny. Robbie says whale convention. I hope it's not insulting to any of the ladies, because there's a lot of men who are whales too. Believe me, it's not meant to be sexist. I think it's probably a pretty even split. And that says a lot, because women, just by the nature of their gender, tend to put on weight easier than men do. So we've got an advantage there. We can't brag about being superior when we have a biological advantage of not having to get our body ready to have children. We must be fair too. We must be fair. There's the iced coffee question, and I'm trying to get through it. Got 3 minutes left, but we'll go over time a little bit. Aha. Oh, here we go. Mitch, you've got to at least try iced coffee once in your life, especially being a coffee lover like you are. I worked at Starbucks for 4 years in my early 20s. I've tried coffee in every form. I guess I have to. And Gary drank iced coffee exclusively. Wow, how about that? Gary, did I put your T-shirt link in here yet today? I don't think so. And I am wearing one of your T-shirts, so it is the very least that I can do. And the news about my new tricycle, my new big electric trike, is it will be delivered Thursday. Maybe even while Mike Seeley's here. It's going to be delivered between like 10:30 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. So, in 2 big boxes, one the size of a refrigerator that weighs 140-something pounds, and a smaller box, which I imagine contains the batteries and other accessories, weighs 180 pounds worth of e-trike is going to be deposited in my driveway on Thursday and become the subject of a whole slew of new videos about exercising, not just riding a scooter, but actually getting some exercise and getting out of the house. And I'm looking forward to that. I also found out today that I have another little scooter coming from a company that makes a very portable one. It weighs 40 pounds. I can pick up 40 pounds off the ground and hoist it up into the back of my SUV. I can't pick up the 75 pounds without possibly hurting my back, but the 40-pound one I can. And the for a person in my situation that can't go long distances walking, I'm really limited by the fact that if I can't take a mobility device with me, I just generally don't go. And I'm, of course, the priority is to recover enough where I can go miles without anything, but that's not the way it is now, especially if an emergency happens and I have to, say, evacuate. So I got a scooter coming that's very portable, and hopefully it'll be easy to get in and out of my car, and I'll leave it in the car. I think it'll be for safety and convenience. It'll be, even if I don't want to use it, say to go to Sam's Club and walk in, knowing that I have it there. If I have to park 2 miles away at a parking lot, because I don't have a handicap sticker and don't want one. We've been over that. We've all talked about that before. So the scooter manufacturers have discovered me, and the emails keep coming. It's incredible. 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 Donna Ray says to Kathy, if they can go back and forth with meat, coffee, eggs, etc., why not Diet Coke or even Diet Dr. Well, that's a personal thing. I think addiction, it plays a lot into addiction where the other dietary advice doesn't. Whether you eat meat or plants is not really so much about addiction. It's about sugar. When it comes to soft drinks, it's about chemicals and sweet taste. And how do those clues affect everything? I have found it's a whole lot better to cut out the sweet taste wherever it comes from. Even if it's like stevia or something that they call all natural. And all natural, when you think about it, doesn't mean anything. Hemlock, deadly poison, is all natural. Arsenic is all natural. Cyanide, it's all natural. All that stuff appears in a natural form in nature. In fact, just about every deadly poison on the planet is natural. So, isn't everything natural in one form or another? Inquiring minds want to know. Bill Cook, I didn't say hi to you today. How you doing? And we are overtime. And I am not too far behind 10 minutes, so let me go through this. Gilriam says, my career was in the tobacco industry. Philip Morris was the big dog and had most of the market share. Because I developed a free nicotine process that raced to your bloodstream very fast. Well, of course, the more addictive something is, the addictive model of business. But these companies went on to buy all the food companies. Also, companies that work on the addictive model. And all the scientists from the tobacco companies went to work in their subsidiaries, the food companies, to make the food more addictive. And the food companies had one big advantage over the tobacco companies, and I believe is what drove the switch in all of the advice that we got to stop smoking and start eating these healthy foods, low-fat foods. I think we were driven to that. I don't think it happened accidentally. I think it had a big money motive behind it. Remember, when they started to try to market tobacco products to children, they crossed the line. They crossed the line. And people just said, no, we're not gonna buy Joe Camel. We don't want to see our 3-year-old kids saying, Mommy, can you give me a cigarette? No. So in the boardrooms of the big tobacco companies, they were perplexed. They said, well, how do we improve our market share if we can't legally market to children? And one of the board members was busy looking over at the food company's advertisements, and he saw Tony the Tiger. He said, time out. How come Tony the Tiger is a hero and Joe Camel is a villain? And the rest is history. They just bought Joe Camel. And now they can market addictive products to infants, to 2 years old, celebrate it, keep coming up with more and more cartoon characters and Saturday morning cartoon shows to sponsor, and all these flavored breakfast cereals and sugar-laden crap. And it's not even near the line that those people wouldn't cross when it was smoking. So, Tony the Tiger is the new Joe Camel. Prove me wrong. It's obvious. It's obvious. And they have addicted us. And in the past 50 to 75 years, they have turned everybody into a sugar addict. They've turned all the smokers into sugar addicts. They've turned all the alcoholics into sugar addicts. Just go to any AA meeting, and that's all you'll see is donuts and cigarettes and coffee. We follow along. Bah, bah. Sheep. All of us. All right, let me get to the end of this today. I'm in rare form today, guys. I got good news. I can now drink up to 5 cups of this a day, according to the American Heart Association, and everybody knows that the American Heart Association is never, well, maybe sometimes. Wrong. Hope they're not wrong about this. I wouldn't bet on it, though. Holy cow, Donna Ray. That's 80 Gary's shirts. Gary, you got a loyal customer there. How about that? Yeah. And Gilream, right on there. Kraft, Nabisco, General Foods, Hawaiian Punch, Del Monte, Seven are all bought up by the tobacco companies. Yes, they were. The demonization of tobacco was the most profitable thing that ever happened to the big food industry. They love it. It's the same management, the same board of directors. They love it. And even after all this, the tobacco companies are not out of business, that's for sure. They got us coming and going. Not only that, but they got us while we're there, too. They got us on the way in, on the way out, and all the time we hang around. They got something for us that we're addicted to. Yeah. Okay, 8:03, 5 minutes behind. We're going to run now. Hopefully there won't be too many last-minute questions. Once again, I've managed to fill an hour. I don't know how. It just happens. That's it. Bottom of the chat. D says, love the shirts. Thank you, everybody, and thank you all for coming. Thank you for coming. 100, over 100, 105. I saw close to 120 at one point on a Tuesday morning. The wonders never cease. I will see all of you probably tomorrow morning. I may not stop in, but I'll be watching the chat on Kelsey at 6 and be back here at 7 for Hump Day. Panel Day. Plan on it, guys. Come in, spend a little time with me, and we'll talk about all things healthy. Maybe even a few things that aren't. Say goodbye to your friends in the chat. Thank you. Mitch says, Lori, you're welcome. You're welcome. Bill Cook says, hit the thumbs up. And D says, have a terrific day. Danny in Boston, bye everyone. Happy day. Peter says, Mitch's rant today was great. Thank you, Peter. I rant every day. Feels good. Feels good. Common sense. That's what I put on the thumbnail. Common sense chat. I hope that it stays just common sense. Something we're lacking a lot of. Donna Ray says to Gary, I think a cheeseburger and paradise shirt is needed. No bun, no pickles, no mustard, but yeah, the burger patty. Okay, Donna says, I hope you all have a great day and may the beef be with you. And on that note, music will end, and so will the show. See you tomorrow morning, everybody. Thanks so much. You've made my day. I hope I've helped you a little bit. Or maybe not pissed you off too much. Take the rest of the day off and eat meat.